Okay, good morning class. So at this point you guys have gotten your class test back and you realize that we're not prepared for the upcoming exam. You are writing on Friday. Your exam will be Friday the 11th. Friday the 11th of March. That is your mini exam week. You're writing maths first. Don't put your mouth like it. I'm not getting scared. Put your mask on. So, you're writing maths first. It will be a 2-hour paper. And it will cover all the work that we have done up until that point. Yes, Michael? Sorry? According to this, you're writing Friday the 11th of March. But the timetable is not finalized. Okay, so we will sort that out as soon as got it. But just to know that it's first, you're writing a 2-hour paper, and it's going to be on everything that is taught to you up until that point. Okay, we got the RCL member here. Good morning. She'd like to address you, probably. No. How long is this going to be?
It's probably like 2 minutes.
2 minutes, no problem.
Good morning, class. The board member.
So that's it. So I gave you a test yesterday, and you got the test back. And as you indicated that we are not ready for the exam as yet. Okay, because nobody got full marks. Okay, the chocolates is going old already. So nobody wants the chocolates. Okay, Roger, the rule is if you get full marks for something I've said, then you get the chocolate. Not the big chocolate, one to fall in love with me with. I know nobody loves the maths teacher. But a small one to show that we appreciate the effort and the time you put into your work. Okay, but many of you, I don't know. Right. So let's start off with the test in this lesson. Okay. Today we will be having 2 lessons since this is the register period. Okay. Right. Let's do this. First questions first. For 3 marks. Question says simplify. So simplified answers should contain no brackets. Okay. Let's. Huh? Come closer. Close. That is further. Closer. Okay, so what we do? We have to apply the brackets first. So we go. For a times negative squared is positive. A squared becomes a squared minus negative cube. Negative 2 cube, 8. 8 cube. Not so. What? So we need to sort out our terms first before we can add or subtract them. 4a times a squared is 4a cubed. Negative times negative is positive 8a cubed, which then becomes 12a cubed. Okay. What was the confusion here, people? Let's speak about it. Okay. What's the confusion here? Yes, Michael?
So I didn't add.
You didn't add. So you got 4a cubed plus 8a cubed. But you must remember, you must add, because that is what maths is all about. You need to simplify as far as possible. So you basically got 2 marks. You got no marks. Let me see. This is not right. You see, for you to get us marks, the term must read that, and the term must read that with experience. You can't just say it's almost the same sum as. No, it's not the same. Okay. What other confusion is there? Sorry? Yes, sorry? Grade 8? Very. Did somebody take a copy for her? Here's one, come fetch it. Why do you always say absent when you write this? Yes? Alright, let's look at the next one. Let's take this out. Right. For the next one, people, we need to get rid of the brackets first. So we multiply this. So 5x multiplied by 3x is 15x squared. Many of you are at 15x. Okay. Then 5x times negative 2. Remember the sign is part of the term. 5x times negative 2. There's no sign in front of the 5. So that is positive. Positive times a negative is a negative. So positive 5x times negative 2 is negative 10x. Positive 1 times positive 3x, positive 3x. Positive 1 times, do you know what that these lines mean? You're multiplying, yes. You guys write everything in, but you don't multiply them. Positive 1 times negative 2, negative 2 plus 1. What? My girl, come after the thing, no? Because earlier on you asked a question and I marked you accordingly and you were wrong. No? So at the end of it I will look at it, okay? Otherwise you're going to break every time and you understand? So what do we do now? We add like terms. That is like terms. So you got 15x squared, negative 10x, you got negative 10, plus 3. So we go into the positive direction. 1, 2, 3. You get? Negative 7. There's negative 7x. Negative 2 plus 1. It's negative 1. Right. What's the issues here? Yes. What did I say now about the marking?
So I did it on the other way around.
Okay, bring, let's see. Then why are you doing the other way around? Okay. So let's get the marks, okay? Okay. What is the confusion around this? Yes. Didn't add the 1. The plus 1 at the end. So you don't have this here. You don't get the sum wrong. You can't leave an important thing out. Anything else? Again, whoever got a mark less than 7 or 7 and less, must please come to the extra classes in the afternoon. You can come every day On a Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. For free, for an hour. That's 3 hours a week. 3 hours a week. So that gives you no, and it's going to be, the register will be taken, okay? So there's no reason for you to get what you are getting for a test. Also, it's going to be made that you can't do your sport without if you are failing your maths. Yeah, I'm serious. Ask Mr. Cadavis. We spoke about it in the staff meeting, and we said, if you're not passing maths, you can't do a sport. Your education should take priority to over your sport. Okay. For now, it's only maths. Soon, yes. Because why were you sent to school? To play sports? To eat your lunch? For what? Yes. That is why we are here. Not so. Right, the next one, 1.3. People that screaming to say what? Must be written out twice. So we multiply again. A times A squared. A times 1 over x. So we don't know. So you say A times 1 over x. So naturally this is over 1. Can anything cancel? Can anything simplify? No. So A times 1 is A, 1 times x is x. So it's plus A over x. 1 over x times A is also A over x. Now 1 over x times 1 over x. Can anything cancel it? No. 1 times 1 is 1, x times x is x squared. So what we have here? Like terms. So that will be a squared plus. Is the denominators the same? Yes. So I can add the numerators. A plus a is 2a over x plus 1 over x squared. Okay. What is the confusion here? What's the issues here, people? Yes?
So, by the a squared plus...
X squared. 1 over 8 x squared, yes?
A squared plus 1 over x.
So sorry to disturb. Can I just see Shiloh and Simuvuyo? Just for 2 minutes quickly. And then the following will come late too. Miss Kampa late too? At the back. I'm just missing any day looking for Friday. So you can just quickly. So the 2 girls just quickly.
Okay. You saying, Michael, yes?
So, a squared
A squared, yes?
plus 1 over ax.
1 over ax. The denominator. But the a belongs to the numerator, not the denominator.
Mr. Bodin,
Yes, ma'am?
I have a new course starting in your class. Can you send one of your learners to come and fetch you at the office?
Okay, I'll send somebody, miss. Sorry, ma'am. Okay. So what happens? Shh. Girls. You can sit on the floor, son. Only a joke. There's that this empty. Be nice to the people. Yes. You were saying it's one. If you look here, this a belongs to the numerator. So a times 1 is a, and x times 1 times x is x.
So it's because I thought that the alphabets are at the bottom, so
Do you understand where you're going wrong? You didn't put this over 1, right?
I did so.
You did, and you should put it at the bottom. No, man, something wrong with you. Yes. Again? Yes, my mistake, no? Listen, other way around kind of guy. That is wrong. Okay, that is wrong. Yes, Michael. Shh, people, listen. We can't hear. So where did you go wrong?
So I added the A and like 2A, then A squared.
So you wrote a squared.
After 2A.
2a squared. Like this, 2a. So you wrote 2a like that, without over x. That is wrong. No? You must have, as you can see, it's in the denominator. Any other confusion? Do DD and company, what's going on here? Does look like it's nothing. Okay. Any other confusion? No. Morning, Michael. Say the time. What's your name? Amaro. What? Welcome, Michael. Which school are you from? Which school are you from? Sorry? People. Pretoria. Nice. Oh. Okay. Western Cape did better than Pretoria. In the NCS finals. Pretoria is good, but Western Cape got it. But welcome, we're glad you're here. You can teach us a couple of things. No? Sorry? What she said?
The language.
For the language?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Okay, nice. That's a good one. Maybe the language. Okay, so at this point we had 1.4. They wrote a test yesterday, and they need some assistance. Okay, so if you can help them, feel free. No? And if you feel like you want to give them a lesson on the board, you're welcome. Right, listen. Shh, come now. Oops. So let's go. In 1.4, again we must simplify. So what do? We get rid of the brackets within the brackets. Not so? So let's do A into A. So you say, so we got A, what's negative A times A? Negative A squared. What's negative A times 1? Negative A plus 2. Not so? One of two things I can do here. I can either add like terms or multiply this 2A out. And that's what I'm going to do. So what is 2A times A? 2A squared. What is 2A times negative A squared? Negative 2A cubed. What is 2A times negative A? Negative 2A squared. What's 2A times 2? Okay. So what do I do now? Like terms. So 2A squared and negative 2A squared is like terms. Well, it's negative 2A cubed and 4A terms on their own. There's no like terms. So what is 2A squared minus 2A squared? Cancel out. Is 0. On the number line, we got 2 minus 2. 0. So 0A squared is 0. Okay. Gone. So we left with negative 2A cubed plus 4A. Right. Any comment on this question? How can it be no comment if not most of you got it wrong? Yes? Yes? A circle of 2A cubed. Good. Do you have 4A next to it? Yes. So this is your answer. Let's see. I was marking before supper. So, because it's positive, it must be negative. Did someone talk to me? Yes. Okay. Understand. Okay. If it's circle, that means you say made a mistake. Yes.
So I made a mistake by the third one. X
Okay, shh.
Instead of writing minus 2a squared, I wrote plus.
But you see here, what sign is in front of us? Positive. And here? Negative. What's positive times a negative? Negative. Understand? Alright. Anybody else? You did this, no? Remember, here we don't use a calculator in maths. No? Then Victoria, you use calculator? We don't use calculator in term 3 this year. And we allow them to use calculator. So all your homework, all work in exam, class and preparation for exams, don't use a calculator. So you won't be using calculator in exam. Okay, we always draw up a number line. Okay, and every day, every week I find 2, 3 number lines on the floor. Okay, because those people don't look after this stuff. Okay, you do, yes, and there's one of yours who's lying. You look so nicely after it. Yeah. Alright, anybody else has a comment on this question? No? Let's go then to factorization. Factorization. It says factorize completely. So, factorize completely. So that means to say must factorize the boundary. No? So between 7b and negative 14c, what is common? 7. Yes. So 7b divided by 7 is? B. Negative 14c divided by 7?
Negative 2c.
There we go. Easy. You see, now, magic. So easy, no? Understand. The products is the reverse of factorization. Factorization is reverse of product. 7 times b? 7b. 7 times negative 2c? Negative 14c. Any comment on this question? No? .2. What is common here? 3. Y. So 15y cubed divided by 3y. 5y squared. 12y squared divided by 3y? 4y. Negative 27y divided by 3y?
Negative 9.
There we go. Now some of you only took out 3. My question is, what's wrong with you? If we take 3 out, you should have 5y cubed plus 4y squared minus 9y.
Is it right, sir?
Wrong. Why? Because inside the bracket is still a y. Not the O. You see, that's where you guys are getting confused. It's actually a y and not a O. Okay. So you take out 3y. So if you got that, it's not wrong, but you just don't get a mark for it. Okay. Because that is it's not in this fully factorized form. So the common factor, remember when we take out the common factor, is the highest common factor. So you must still take out the y as the common factor. Then I'm left with 5y squared plus 4y minus 9. Now there's no factor. Yes? No, you do it like the string. But if you had done this, then you had to go into that. You will get a mark here, yes. No mark there in the previous. You guys understand?
Yes, sir.
Any other questions? No. Right. Soos die volgende enetjie doen. 2.3. Two marks. What is common here? We have a common Bracket. Not so? So what is common? 8y minus? But take out 8y minus 1, what am I left with? 8x. Okay. We did the sums already. It's an x. Is your x's t's? No. It's an x. Okay. Any comment on this question? No? Other than her x's? No? No? Right, the last one. What is common here? For 3 marks? 3a. Wat take outcome? Lovely. With a prit. The glue stick is prit, yes? What you busy with? You pasting your maths so close? Huh? You made a mistake now. Nice. So 12a x squared y squared divided by 3a is going to be 4x squared y squared. Not so? Plus 60a xy divided by 3a is 20xy. 75a divided by 3a. You almost thought you had it, but you didn't. Because what is the square root of 4x squared y squared? 2xy. What's the square root of 25? 5. So it almost leads us to perfect square trinomial. Yeah, oh, you see again, it's an x and a y. So it's 2xy and a 5. Plus or minus? Plus. Plus. So we check if we're correct. 2xy times 5 times 2. 20xy. So yes, is a perfect square triangle. Any comment on this question? Sorry? Who got that question right? No, there's a few people got that. Nice. But you guys don't take note, we're not talking. Right, so at this point you guys had some homework. Right, let's mark the homework quickly. Yes? The homework was out of? Okay, that homework. All, listen, will I say? Study and master. We're going to take one video and only make the study and master. Okay, but for now, you just keep it there, you make a note, we will mark it separately. Then we will take all those exercises, put them together, and do it one time. Okay, so that would be a while from now. Yes? Didi? Somebody talking the side. What? I'm just going to mark it now. What's wrong with you? Yes? You, I thought you were going to ask something about maths. Macho, make quick. Right, so what was the work that I need to mark of yesterday? Gabby, you asked to go to the toilet, but you're still here. So yesterday we dealt with it. We didn't have time yesterday to mark worksheet 2, the remainder of this. Not so? Alright, so we're going to start there. Then, did I give you worksheet 3 to do? So I gave you no homework yesterday. Oh, the study and master. No problem. Worksheet 2, you had to do the even numbers, no? The odd numbers was done. I'm just going to cut that quickly. Alright, so at this point in our lives, this was worksheet book B, worksheet 2. Okay, so for number 2, what's the first thing we need to do here? 3 is a common factor, not so? What are we left with? X squared minus 6x plus 9. What's the square root of x squared? What's the square root of 9? 3. So yes, they are perfect squares. So it's 3 into x plus or minus? Minus. And we need to check if it is correct. Not so. If it's not minus 6, then what do we write? Infactorable. It cannot be factorized. So x times negative 3? Negative 3x times 2? Negative 6x. So yes, that is good. It is a perfect square triangle. Okay. Why are you sitting as if you didn't do the homework? Sorry? You did do it. Now why are you not walking? You can walk now. Nice. Did I say you didn't do it? She said I did do it. Did I say you didn't do it? No. You see, over the years I've learned, man. You know, I would normally have said, "Why didn't you do my homework?" Then I was wrong. You did it. You see, that's why I asked, why does it look like? You understand? So looks can be deceiving, not so? Yes. It looks like I eat little. You see? Yes, okay. People, let's do number 4. Number 4. People, what's common here? 4? AB. 8? Okay, listen. Relax your boat. 4 goes into 36 9 times. 4 goes into 48? 12 times. 4 goes into 16? 4 times. So 4, there's no number that goes into 9, 12 and 4. So 4 is the LCM. So somebody said what? 6. But 6 doesn't go into 16. It's not. So you all agree? 4AB. Right. 36AB x squared divided by 4AB, 9x squared. 48 ABXY divided by 4AB. It's going to give you 12xy. That's all. So 16ABY squared divided by 4AB. It will give you 4y squared. That's all. What's the square root of 9x squared? 3x. I'm checking here. No? What's the square root of 4y squared? 2y. So the first term and the last term is a perfect square. That's all. So the square root of 9x squared? 3x. Square root of 4y squared? 2y. There's a plus. Let's check if the middle step is middle term is 12xy. What's 3x times 2y? 6xy. Times 2? 12xy. So yes, it is a perfect square trinomial. You understand? You say again, yes. Just put exactly the same sum in the test. And like we're playing for a different team. No? Right, let's look at number 6. Number 6. People, what's happening here? It is a trinomial. And the first term has been positive. No. It is factorable. What? Go back to the notes when you're busy with common factor. If the first term is negative. Fact, yes. But listen first. What was the first note I gave you? Which one came first? No. When we did common factor that first couple of days, first day, second day. If the first term is negative, factorize the negative. I said that first. So if you do that, let's do that. So you got negative into x squared minus 2x y plus y squared. So hang on. Is the last term now positive now? It is. So what is the square root of x squared? X. What's the square root of y squared? Y. Plus or minus? Negative. Why? Because that is negative. What's x times y times 2? 2xy. Perfect square. Yes, Michael.
So why is negative 2xy negative?
You see, the question is why is this negative here? What is negative 1 times x squared? Negative x squared. What's negative 1 times negative 2xy? Positive 2xy. If I put a positive there, then a negative times a positive would have been negative. You understand? But it's actually positive. So whenever you take out the negative as a common factor, all the signs will change to its opposite sign. Always. Okay? And then what's negative times positive? Negative. You understand? Does it make a note there? If you are messing up the sign there, that when you take out the negative, all the signs will change. Okay? It's opposite operation. People, let's look at number 8. What's happening to number 8? Firstly, is it in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c? What did we say? What is this? The standard form. Standard form over quadratic. Quadratic. Okay? Standard form. Is that in standard form?
No.
No. Let's put it in standard form. What would it then be? Negative x squared, yes? Minus 2xy minus y squared. Can you see it? X squared, x, no x. X squared, x, no x. Can you see that? Then we got y squared, y, no y. So that is in standard form. You all agree with that? Now what? Take out what? The negative. Take out negative as a common factor. Whoa. Negative as a common factor. What we're going to be left with? X squared plus 2xy plus. Nice. Now what? What's the square root of x squared? What's the square root of y squared? It could be a perfect square trinomial, not so. So it's x and y squared. Plus or minus? Which is whatever the middle term is. In this case it's plus. Let's check. What's x times y times 2? 2xy. Nice. You okay? Right. So let's see what worksheet 3 entails. Worksheet 3, book P. We're going to look at the first column. I just said earlier, nobody must put nothing there. Huh? Because it looks ugly. Okay, so whoever leaves this stuff in the class, I'm going to put it outside. So whoever picks it up, whatever. Okay. People, this is book B, worksheet 3. It says factorize. Factorize. Number 1. Come, girls. A number 1. It says factorize. What do you notice about this here? How do you think we're going to factorize that one? The first term and the second. Okay, she says the exponent on the x is 4 and the exponent on the y is 4. Yes. What else in terms of factorization can we do? Is there a common factor? No. But it's 3 terms. So we must check if it's a perfect square trinomial. So that's the only trinomial we've done at this point. Okay? So, what is the square root of x to the exponent 4? X squared. What's the square root of y to the exponent 4? So the first term and the last term is perfect squares. So check if that's going to factorize using the perfect square trinomial. Yes? Zoom. I'll try, no? You. Huh? Pleasure. So the day you are a millionaire, don't forget. Mr. Bardin zoomed in for me. No? Give him $1 million, shame poor Mr. Bardin. I'm only joking. No? Yes, we had the drama school, that's why I did it. Right, you guys ready? Not yet. Easy, man. What did we say? What's the square root of x? 4 x squared. Square root of y 4? Y squared. Plus or minus? Plus. Oh, plus. Let's check if it's correct. We must always test for the middle term. If the answer is not 2x squared y squared, this is not the perfect square term. What is x squared times y squared? X squared y squared times 2?
2x squared y squared.
Yes, it's correct. Okay, you don't mark it yourself. No? In the exam, you don't put a tick next to it. People, so Alika's favorite is the last term is negative. What must we do here? Radia, you like to share with us what you talk about?
Yeah.
You smell something.
So there was, I can never say something
Just ugly me. Come on, Kevin. Sorry? But this you could have spoken during break or when the bell rings, not now. Okay? People, number 4. What can be done here? Take out negative as a common factor. So take out the negative quickly. Listen. At the school for the year. Okay. So you take now negative as a common factor. What are we left with? A squared minus 6ax plus 9x squared. Is the first term positive? Yes. Now what do we do? Factorize, yes. What's the square root of a squared? Hey, what's the square root of 9x squared? It's a perfect square. So do your thing there quickly. Done? Yeah, sorry man. That's going to give you a minus. Let's check if it's correct. Oh, it is a perfect square trinomial. A times negative 3x times 2, negative 6ax. Very important to mark your work in your books, okay? So when you study, you don't study the wrong sums. People will carry on with this in our official maths lesson. See you guys later.